Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
And I'm Greg Bosson. Sheila and I, my wife, do the production for the broadcast.
Yay. And we're glad you do.
Hi, I'm Raheem Quasi. I'm going to play some music today.
And I'm Dr. Ernestina Garcia, and I get to do the readings.
Yay.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you.
Yeah. Did you do the opening prayer?
So I just invite you to close your eyes and take a nice deep cleansing breath as we recognize there's one life, one power, one presence in, as, and through all that is, in everything, and everyone, and every thought, and every noise, and everything. There's only God. And I know that right here and right now, each one of us is so present with the oneness. And I know that this service unfolds in ease and grace and effortlessness, and all that needs to be said is said, and all that needs to be heard is heard. And in absolute gratitude, I let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
The purpose of our spiritual community is to be a spiritual community, to be supportive to all those who are seeking support, to practice and live unconditional love, to be non-judgmental and forgiving, to embrace oneness, to join all others who want to co-create a world that works for everyone, all cultures, all races, all sexual orientations, and all life. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
We're ready for some music.
All right.
Raheem
Yeah,
is brilliant.
it's good to be here
Always.
and taking the place of our good friend Robin Hackett in New York.
Actually, you're in your time zone. You
Yeah.
take hers next week.
Oh, what,
No, not next
is it
week.
already the fourth Sunday?
Yes, it is. So not next week either. We'll talk later.
Oh, that's right. I got it. So sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
I play music. I don't know about
that's okay. You
astrological.
play music very well.
Yeah.
This song is about pushing into where life is, and then the more we push in, the more we get. And that goes for love or any emotion, really. The more that I see life, the more that life can see me. So untie the binds that hold me down, so I can live 100 feet off the ground. The more that I see love, the more that love can see me. So untie the binds that hold me down, so I can live 100 feet off the ground. So we can live 100 feet off the ground.
Yay. Thank you so much.
I'm ready to fly.
Thank you.
Ready to take off, Captain.
There we go. Here we
Thank
go.
you. We'll see you in a bit.
See you.
Like us and check in on Facebook at cslnorthmetro.org or CSL North Metro. Then go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org. You can go to contact us, add yourself to the email list. You can request prayers, and we'll pray on your requests all week. And Reverend Michael writes, there's a new blog out there, actually, that I just put up. So there's all kinds of good stuff on our website, cslnorthmetro.org. Today's title is Get Thee Unknowing. And you've already met our wonderful guest artist, Raheem. And it's on to you.
Yeah, so we gently are thankful for those that contribute to our spiritual center, and we invite you to do the same, because what you're doing is you're supporting something that you believe in, and that's spirituality, and finding your path and being supported in your path. But we do. So we invite you to just think about even better, take action,
That'd be good.
Yeah. and just it's a way of saying thank you for the work we do.
And we're ready for Dr. Ernestina.
Wrong person. Have we got another song?
Is it music? Okay. I messed up.
That's,
I'm going to be quiet now.
yeah. What is a song called We Are Light? Because we have to stay light. And what you're doing right now, adapting and adjusting, there has to be a lightness to it. Because
That's right.
It's just, we're just floating on a planet in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of space. So what the heck, I am light, streaming, beaming through this world. You are light, streaming, beaming through this world. Shine, oh, even in the darkness, shine. Oh, we are light. You are light, streaming, beaming through this world. Yes, shine, oh, even in the darkness, shine. Oh, we are light. We are light. We are light.
I love that song. That's so
Good.
beautiful.
Glad. Got to pick it up now and then,
Yeah. Well, we're glad you did it today.
Very good.
So we have in the wings the wonderful, the marvelous Ernestina.
Dr. Ernestina.
That's
Yep.
just Ernestina's name.
That too.
I'm still here waiting my turn.
Here it is.
Okay, and I get to do the affirmations and then the reading. The affirmations for the week of February 22nd, 2026, written for us by Stephen Anthony. Please repeat after me. I exist in the oneness of perfect spirit.
I exist in the oneness of perfect spirit.
The universe conspires for my highest experience.
The universe conspires for my highest experience.
I am committed to consciously expressing my brilliance.
I am committed to consciously expressing my brilliance.
A loving intelligence guides me. No, a loving intelligence guides my every thought.
A loving intelligence guides my every thought.
Everywhere I am, my light shines upon the world.
Everywhere I am, my light shines upon the world.
I walk the path of limitless freedom and joy.
I walk the path of limitless freedom and joy.
And together we say,
And so it is.
and so it is. And the reading today, selected for us by the Reverends, is from the book Wherever You Go, There You Are, by John Kabat-Zinn. Letting go means just what it says. It is an invitation to cease clinging to anything, whether it be an idea, a thing, an event, a particular time, or view, or desire. It is a conscious decision to release with full acceptance into the stream of present moments as they are unfolding. To let go means to give up coercing, resisting, or struggling in exchange for something more powerful and wholesome, which comes out of allowing things to be as they are without getting caught up in your attraction or rejection of them. In the intrinsic stickiness of wanting, of liking and disliking, it's akin to letting your palm open to enhance something you've been holding on to. But it's not only the stickiness of our desires concerning outer events which catches us, nor is it only a holding on with our hands. We hold on with our minds. We catch ourselves, get stuck ourselves by holding, often desperately, to narrow views, to self-serving hopes and wishes. Letting go really refers to choosing to become transparent to the strong pull of your own likes and dislikes, and of the unawareness that draws us to cling to them. To be transparent requires that we allow fears and insecurities to play themselves out in the field of full awareness. Letting go is only possible if we can bring awareness and acceptance to the nitty-gritty of just how stuck we can get. If we allow ourselves to recognize the lenses we slip so unconsciously between observer and observed that then filter, color, and shape our view. Stillness, insight, and wisdom arise only when we can settle into being complete in this moment without having to seek or to hold on to or to reject anything. This is a testable proposition. We can try it out just for fun. See for yourself whether letting go when a part of you really wants to hold on doesn't bring a deeper satisfaction than clinging. And together we say,
And so it is.
it's,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good. All right. Moving on to another song right here.
Something from nothing is happening. That's what we are. Expanding. Dust from stars. Something from nothing. Expanding in us. Love is the universe reaching a heart. Hearts. In one world we are living, in one world dead, in one world hopelessly laughing, in one world it's all in our head. Something from nothing is happening, expanding in us. Love is the universe teaching a Something from nothing is happening. That's what we are. Something from nothing is happening. Dust from stars. Moon river, wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way.
Woo!
That touched me in so many different ways.
That was so beautiful. Thank you
No,
so much.
That was one of my mother's favorite songs.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Moon River. It has this. It just brings these feelings up inside of me.
It goes in deep. It's deep in there. It
Yeah,
changes our cells.
the melody is just beautiful too.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, we'll see you a little bit.
Okay.
Right, I'm a little choked up.
I know. I got a tear running down.
I had a wonderful mom. Okay, where am I? I'll get the unknowing. And it's this is one of my favorite quotes of all time. All that I know is I know nothing. What a practice that is. Living in the nothingness, not being responsible for knowing, yet still knowing. It's a spiritual challenge to live in the not knowing, the unknowing. And it's a way of life. And to really experience that unknowing, we have to let go of everything. The past, the future, let go of everything. And just be in this given moment. I can start with a fresh idea when I move into the unknowing because I don't know anything. So I'm open for everything to be revealed, for anything to be revealed, especially for me. It makes me special. And the same is for you, for Reverend Valerie, for everybody, for the newborn baby. Special, very special. I had a lot of unknowing things that needed unknowing when I came into this teaching. And I was thankful for each one of those that showed me that I had to unknow. A lot of it I claimed, a lot of it was in what I was claiming for myself. And I'm guessing that a lot of you find sometimes that you claim things for yourself that aren't healthy, that aren't true. I believe that I either made it up or I created this thing that needs unknowing. For instance, I'm not enough. I could have created that. I could I made it and accepted it as a truth because something was changing and I didn't want to be part of it. So I make up things. So I don't have to face the good that wants to come to me. Isn't that funny? How we can make things up to prevent the good that comes to us. And what's the basis of making the things up to block the good? Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of not being enough. Just plain old fear.
Well, I think that we get a little help along the way too of labels that people put on us when we're maybe getting criticized by our parents or our teachers for not doing something their way or having a thought a different way or wanting to do something different. I think a lot of times there's a criticism of being different or having your own ideas or wanting to go on a different path. And so I think a lot of times, for me anyway, in order to fit in, we just kind of shrink into that space that somebody else wants us to fit in. And I think I've shrunk into a lot of spaces, for jobs or relationships or all kinds of things, just because being something else made other people uncomfortable. I know I've said this before, but when I first started growing, I had this dream and I was in this box. And my then husband and my mother were struggling to keep the box closed so I'd stay in it because they were fearful of what would happen if I got out. And
I'll blame them.
well, and I really think that's the thing I was experiencing at the time is people trying to smush me down into what they were comfortable with instead of where I was growing to and going. And so I think that's a thing to be aware of is no, we came here to be something amazing. We came here to be something wonderful. And sometimes that makes other people uncomfortable. And that's okay. And we just have to be aware that when we move out of that box, that because people do put us into boxes. Here's where you fit in my life, or here's where you fit in this class, or here's where you fit in this thing. And then as we grow and move out of them, they get uncomfortable and want to stuff us back in.
Mhm. So there's many ways that it can happen. I've inherited things from my parents. Children really are um, susceptible to thoughts that brings them, that carry into their adulthood, that were just the parents. You're in this family, and who do you look up to? Your dad and your mom. And when you keep hearing your mom say, I'm not enough," and and you see who she is. She's this magnificent person. How could she say that? Well, I must be not enough too, because I came from her womb. So if she's not enough, I'm not enough. And there's just so many ways that we can keep ourselves from the cherished life that we are, the cherished child of God. Um, I want to give you an example of how unknowing can change your life. Say there's this person, we'll call her Matilda, and she had been told that she's stubborn.
Her name could be Valerie.
I was afraid it's going to happen.
Sorry.
No.
I've been told that a really lot.
So what if you saw it differently? What if you thought, I'm not stubborn, I'm just protecting myself. I got to keep this comfortable, because if I change, something may destroy me. And instead, here she declares, I find that change comes easy for me. I am open to others' viewpoints. I embrace any change as newness of me. And then give an example. So if you're trying to get rid of that anti, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're trying to get rid of anything, and you need a way to do it, here's something that would help Matilda out. She she claims that she doesn't accept stubbornness, that she's not this thing called stubbornness. And she gives examples of how she isn't stubborn, instead of giving examples how she is stubborn. So if you're wanting to break loose from stubbornness, then work it, because it's easy for me to see it happening for Matilda, but it's hard for Matilda to make that choice, and maybe she doesn't want to make the choice.
Or maybe she feels stuck in the box. I'm thinking stubborn's a word, but determined is another word.
Mm-hmm.
That when we have our own thoughts and our own opinions and our own wants and our own likes, and they don't fit in with whatever group one happens to be in, then stubborn is a word that gets used, and determined is a word that could get used. And it's okay if we don't fit in everybody's box. I mean, it's really good to not fit in everybody's box. What do you think?
I, I wasn't talking about boxes. I was just giving an example of how we can get stuck seeing ourselves in a certain way. And it doesn't serve us all the time. Because even if there's a limited amount of times, it's something that can be worked at. And again, I'm just talking for myself. How just by being a certain way, I can change it by unknowing it. I don't know it anymore. I don't know what stubborn is. I don't have a clue because I am more than that. I find that change is difficult, and the desire has to be there in order for it to happen. But you can create desire if you find yourself being limited by whatever it is that you want to know. There's a process, and it's it's um, it's everybody's individual journey that takes them to a place of growth, growth, of wanting change. So how do we unknow something? We just speak the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell the something that you want to unknow that you have no power over me. It's just mixed up thinking, messed up thinking. So tell it when it vibrates in you and is trying to win this battle. But it can't win because you have more power than that dumb thought that keeps coming up and that keeps showing up as experience, as results. And it's not necessary. So when I have a thought, say I want to change something in me, and I have a thought that I'm trying to get rid of, then I just say, yes, this is so wrong. This can't happen in my mind. I unknow this thought. I let it go and free it forevermore. It's a battle, folks. We can find ourselves just battling everything. But if I unknow, if I move through the unknowingness of my life, then I'm opening infinite possibilities. I'm doing away with the challenge of wrong thinking because it's nothing
Mm-hmm.
trying to become something. So that was a brain fart.
You need a minute?
Yeah.
So some of the notes that I made are, who am I becoming? Because we can all think of who we were in our family, who we were in our classrooms, who we were with our friends, who we were with people that we weren't acquainted with, who are we in a crowd. And we get down to the basis of we're all one with God. We're all love. We're all peace. We're all oneness. And we are invited to think different thoughts about ourselves because there are people who Sometimes you need control. I'm thinking about when I was a teacher's aide and there was a classroom. There were some disruptive kids, and the teacher needed people to sit in their desk and do the things that they needed to do. And when somebody was being disruptive, that disrupted the whole class. And then there were other creative teachers who did things around in a circle. And in my first grade class, my mother was just really, when she came to visit, and I got home and she's like, she lets kids just get up and walk around the room. And it's like she did. And it was a wonderful class and she was a wonderful teacher. And I learned a really lot of stuff. So there's not just one way of doing things. And I don't know that that would have worked for everybody, but that worked really well for her. And then in my second grade class, she had a hose. And I remember when the very disruptive kid got hit by the hose, I wasn't upset with the kid at all, but I was very upset with the teacher for treating somebody like that. So there's all kinds of ways that people use to try and control others and to control what we do and control who we are. And yes, we do have to have some way to teach kids in the class. And some people seem to do it in the disruption, and other people seem to have everybody act just the way they are. And I think we all learn that we're so much more than who we think we are. If we really, really understand that we're beings of light who came here to learn, who came here to grow, who came here to have experiences, then we can call each of our experiences good or bad or indifferent. And they're all for our good because we're growing and we're learning and we're becoming more of who we came here to be. And so always, always we're love, always we're peace. And sometimes we make mistakes, and that's okay, because what would we learn if we never made a mistake? Not much. If we stay in that safety zone of, if I just do this, I won't get noticed and I won't make a mistake and I won't get in trouble, then we're playing small and we're not learning and we're not growing and we're not really becoming who we came here to be. And I know that we each have something that is ours that we especially came to be and to do and to know.
Yes. So if there's any part of you that wants to delve into this idea of knowing nothing, I invite you to just try to clear your mind once. See how easy that is. Clearing your mind. We have to live with it. There's no choice.
We might get to.
And all that I know is I know nothing. In this moment, if I let go of everything and just get into knowing nothing, then I'm opening myself up to grow.
Mhm.
I'm increasing the possibility with myself of futurizing. That's another good thing you might want to look at in your life. How often do you futurize? Futurizing fears and tragedies or painful possibilities. Or what's going to come? What kind of scenario am I going to have to deal with? Those are false. And a good area to go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking that could be negative things, but it could be positive things too. You know, we could be thinking about when I grow up, I'm going to be an astronaut, or I'm going to be this, or I'm going to be that. But as long as we're doing that, we're not being who we are. We're not being where we are right now. If we're thinking about what happened in the past and replaying that, or if we're spending all of our time thinking about, oh boy, when I grow up, I'm not going to put up with this, and I'm going to this, and I'm going to that. We're setting limits on ourselves all of the time when we do the past stuff or the futurizing stuff, and when we learn how to just be right here, right now, and be who I am and where I am. And that doesn't mean don't take classes, and that doesn't mean have plans. It means when we spend our time thinking, oh, 10 years down the road, I'm going to be okay, but I'm not right now, then we're missing out on now.
So we're like going in alignment with our thoughts today because I was about to say, in the unknown, all is new, creative, creative ideas come forth effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
I think of how things that I write, like the kids' book that I wrote, how it just came to me. It came from the unknown, and when it started flowing, I had to get to my computer to type it because I was like taking notes. Truthfully, it just kept dictating, but it came from where? From the unknown, and it's the most creative way to be when you empty yourself of having to know, because you can discover, and that's fun, and but thinking you know everything, you know nothing.
Or in having everything planned, you miss the ahas and the surprises and the newness.
Yeah, that's what Ernest was talking about in the reading today. Clinging to things,
Mm-hmm.
clinging to something so tightly that you're missing all the good that's wanting to pour forth in you. Unknown those stuff. It's funny because I looked up unknown. Oh, I typed in my computer and for a definition, and there's no definition for unknown because it's a verb. I use it as a verb. There's unknowing, which is a noun.
I don't know, let's don't go there.
Anyway, I found it interesting that if we depend on the world and the smallness of some people's thinking, then there's no room for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Before my journey as a minister, I had to unknow many beliefs. I had to I had to give myself to unknow those beliefs. I had to unknow that there was no way I could afford taking classes. I had to unknow that I didn't have enough time. I had to know that I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't deep enough. I had to know all those things just to take a blooming class. Why do we do that to ourselves? I've healed myself a lot from doing that because when those thoughts come in, they just go in this way and come out immediately because I've trained myself not to accept those thoughts so easily.
So the opposite side of that is when you get raised that no matter what you do, you can do more. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. You can do more. Then no matter what I did, it wasn't enough because I was so smart and I was so this and I was so that I could be doing more. So it's a trap both ways to, and we just get to enjoy where we are and who we are and enjoy each moment and each day and what are we being taught today and what is mine to learn today and who am I to be today instead of fitting in all those boxes that other people make for us. I sat down, I wrote 15 things I am just right off the bat, like student and mother and sister and daughter and teacher and the whole daughter, mother, wife, aunt, grandmother, friend, teacher, cousin, sister, student. And I didn't even spend much time thinking about that. That's just And I think I counted them anyway.
Sexy, beautiful, smart,
So,
intelligent.
and so each one of those is a wonderful thing, and it's also a box if we think that's all that it is.
Yeah.
So nothing's good or bad. It's just when we limit ourselves by labels and by other people's expectations and by, well, I guess that's I was going to say by trying to not get in trouble, but that's other people's expectations too. Some of us were more willing to break the rules than others. Some of us had to learn it later.
Well, I enjoyed making people laugh. So when I was in a class, something came to my mind like it does all the time. I just let it happen. And the classroom would crack up. They'd all find it funny. But the teacher didn't think it was that funny. And I didn't understand that. It was like, isn't that a talent too?
It's hard for them though.
Well, anyway, there were those teachers that did accept it and laughed along with us. And that's good too, I guess. We need everybody to make the world what it is.
Mhm.
So at any given moment, we can move into the realm of unknowing
Mhm.
by clearing our thoughts, inviting whatever it is that is ours to embrace
Mhm.
into my experience, that we can choose to make it part of our lives.
Mhm.
Before sharing my journey to become a minister, I had to unknow many beliefs that I kept as secret, some of them, ashamed of some of my beliefs. I had to unknow that there was no way I could afford just living.
It's time for us to pray.
All right. Would you do it?
So let's just take a nice deep cleansing breath. As we recognize there is one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence in, as, and through all that is, all the possibilities, all the responses, all the things, everywhere present, there is that one God, that one presence. And each and every one of us is one with that power and one with that presence and one with each other and one with all that is. And so I surround us all in that oneness, in that love and that peace and that joy and that oneness and that wonderfulness. And as I know that for each one of us, as we go forth and beam our light and be our light and be ourselves and be just in love with ourselves and everyone else and all that this life brings, I just am so grateful. Grateful for this time together, grateful for this teaching, grateful for everyone who helps us do this service every week. And so I just, in absolute gratitude, knowing this word is done in the mind of God, knowing it's manifesting in the form right here and right now, I let it go, I let it be, and I release it. And together we say, and so it is.
We're just floating here, connected or not. We stay so busy, we sometimes forget. We're here to experience bliss. We're just floating here, upside down. Our purpose is not so clear. We can't see the ground. voice. A leaf falling from a tree. A child laughing so hard. Your partner opening up, exposing their heart. When we remember who we are. It's only love that we see. 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 It's only love we will be.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You have us floating around 100 feet off the
Yeah.
ground.
Ah,
You had a theme going there.
today was floaty. Today was floating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. I love your uniqueness.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, great set today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the song, because the reverends were talking about, what you focus on, whether it be the negative thoughts or whatever. And your affirmation is, it's just love we see.
Yes.
I loved it.
And, yes. And kind of there's a step before that of when we remember who we are,
Mhm.
then then all we see is love. But that's the key, I think. That's the purpose, is to remember who we are, to get back to our essence.
Mhm.
And we get back to our essence, and then all we see is love from that point on. The fear melts away, the doubt, when we remember who we are. And I think that's where all the practices come in, like this service, and like yoga, or working out, or whatever we do that connect, and canvassing. All these things we do connect us to who we really are, because there's so many distractions.
Mhm.
And it's almost like that's the energy field we have to kind of like shield, the kind of like the Wonder Woman bracelets, and just to remember who we are. And when we remember who we are, then love is the result. It's the outflow. That's it. So yeah, to see, to
Yeah.
be aware.
And when I remember who I am, it's
Mhm.
easier, so much easier to let go.
Yes,
Let go.
yes,
Yes.
to let go. Yeah, to stop the struggle. I mean, there was so much in the talk today, and the message, and all of us, even how it started, with kind of a crossed wires of technology.
Mhm.
There was a lot of just making a choice, to just roll with it, and there was, and to not be negative, or to defense. There's always little opportunities to needle, and just to be like, oh, it's okay, we're all just here, we're all just floating here,
Moving through life.
moving through
And,
life, doing the
and
best
there's
we can.
and there's such freedom.
Yeah,
And for me to say, I know nothing. I don't have to know all this technology. I don't have to know blah, blah, blah. I know nothing. Oh, man, I loved it.
yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of practices talk about the beginner mind.
Mhm.
Always just going back to that. Always not knowing everything, just being open to learn and grow, and go back to the beginner mind is what Get Thee Unknowing reminds me of.
Yeah. That was a good reminder, Greg. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's time for us to pray out. Huh?
Yeah. So is nobody's hanging afterwards?
Oh, I have to scoot out right away after we're done. But
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, thank you all. We love you. We're so grateful that you do this with us every week because it makes it so much more interesting than this couple of talking heads old.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you. So
you're
I gotta
welcome.
say, go ahead. I invite you to just close your eyes, take a nice deep cleansing breath. As we give thanks for this time together and know that as we go forth with our day, we go forth in love and in bliss and in wonder and in absolute knowing the truth of our being, which is our oneness with God, and that we are always, always okay and we're always guided. And so, in absolute gratitude for this time together, for knowing the truth of who we are, I release this word, I let it go, I allow it to be, and together we say, and so
And
it is.
so it is.
That
Thank
was
you.
hot. Honey. That was a hot prayer. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you, everybody.
All right.
Great week.
We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.